Y'all, I forgot it's Wednesday. We are almost there. Thank you, Jesus. Oh, Lord. Thank you, Jesus. How are y'all today? Did you catch my video that just premiered? I just premiered the Supreme Court will hear student loan forgiveness argument soon. That video just premiered on my channel just a few minutes ago. So as you're logging in, be sure to check out that video, y'all. It is up and posted. It's a quick little 6-minute rundown on what we can expect from the Supreme Court coming up pretty soon, y'all. I mean, it's finally here. It's finally upon us. We are finally about to have the highest court in the land make history regarding student loan forgiveness. Like, oh my gosh, all these years, right? Through the campaign trail, through Mr. Biden, actually getting into office. I feel like so much has happened, but this has been just a big source of his whole, steez is student loan forgiveness. So we are about to see if this is a sure thing or if it's a sure ain't, right? So if you don't know, next Tuesday, so in less than a week, next Tuesday, 2/28/2023, the Supreme Court will start hearing arguments regarding student loan forgiveness. If you don't know, basically Biden, we already know this, but Biden put in, his student loan forgiveness plan, 20K for up to 20K for those who receive Pell Grants, 10K, up to 10K for those who did not. You have to make under, I got my notes here. Y'all know I always got my notes. If you're single, under 125K a year. If you are a couple, under 250K a year. That is what student loan forgiveness will look like if it goes through. However, there have been lawsuits from various states and an individual or individuals, I believe, that were put in place to stop this from happening. So as a result of the lawsuits, student loan forgiveness is a no ma'am right now. So the Biden administration has appealed to the Supreme Court. They picked this thing up rather quickly. And next Tuesday, y'all, we are set to start hearing these arguments. I actually was wondering, like, I don't know how this works. I'm gonna be so honest, y'all. I have never really paid attention to the Supreme Court, and I know I ain't the only one. So I don't know, like, do they live stream this? Like, can we watch it? I don't think so. I think it'll just be more so of reports, coming from the court, folks who have the inside, backstage pass. They're going to be letting us know what's happening. But yeah, y'all, it's about to come to an end. And I think a lot of people, are, ready for it to come to an end. We got a lot of people rooting for you, Biden. And then we were all rooting for you. And then, we got some folks, of course, not some folks, we got a whole lot of folks who are like, y'all need to pay them loans, blah, 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 blah. So, yeah, that will start on 2/28. I typically go live after my videos air. So I'm kind of seeing how I'm going to do next week. I may just do a live on Tuesday and maybe not drop a video on Wednesday. We will see how things go. I'm not quite sure. Or if I do still drop a video on Wednesday, I am going to still maybe just do a live on Tuesday regarding what happened, and then I probably won't go live on Wednesday after that video airs. So we shall see, folks. We'll see how this thing goes. Y'all already know. Y'all better tune in, okay? Y'all better like, share, subscribe, because Miss Dugan is going to have the most up-to-date news report. Whatever I can get for y'all, I am going to get from y'all. I feel like I need to be out there reporting, like, Biden, look me up, Miss Kamala, like, I'm ready, okay? Also, if y'all haven't, be sure to check out my playlist. I do have a playlist on all things student loans. So if you need to get caught up to even see, what's happened so far, I've been reporting on this for some time now, probably since my channel got started. So definitely check out my all student loans playlist. Listen, it's a little bit of everything. It will definitely catch you up to speed because I think like we're seriously about to hit the ground running, and this is about to be a thing, or it ain't about to be a thing. So there are two big cases that the Supreme Court will hear regarding regarding student loan forgiveness, and I have my notes here. So it is going to be the Department of Education versus Brown, and then it's going to be Biden versus Nebraska. So there are some states who are suing the Biden administration based on his student loan forgiveness, that he's trying to do. I do know that Arizona, I believe Arizona was a state that was suing, and then they dropped their lawsuit. I have to kind of look into that a little more, but I thought that was pretty interesting. Like, why did they drop their lawsuit? You know, do they know it's going to be a sure thing? Let us know, Arizona. Drop it in the comments and let us know. But those are the two cases that are basically surrounding the student loan forgiveness at this point, that the Supreme Court is taking on. So the arguments are basically that, these states are not going to be able to recoup the money if he forgives student loan forgiveness. Of course, it's all about the money. In addition to what the Biden administration is saying, hey, the president does have the authority to do this based on the HEROES Act of 2003 that says in the wake of a pandemic or anything like that, the president can discharge student loans due to the effect that the pandemic or whatever is happening is going to have on the economy, and the folks are not going to be able to pay. So, of course, they are citing COVID-19, right? As that pandemic. However, the opposing side is saying, wait a minute, Mr. Biden, COVID gone. So what are you talking about? You yourself have even, repealed a lot of the restrictions that were put in place, citing that the pandemic is over. So they're coming back and saying, but the effects on the economy based on the pandemic are still here. And we all know that that's true. Things went up exponentially. We're talking about people couldn't get, cars. The fobs had like something was going on with the fobs. It's $40 along with everything else in the grocery stores. So yeah, we are seeing like the effects on our economy from post-COVID, right? There was a lot of stuff that we know that happened with just getting things shipped here. Things were sitting for a long time because they couldn't get here for whatever reason. Jobs, some people's career fears just went obsolete. I remember I read an article. I want to say this lady was from Seattle, or she was living in Seattle. Seattle is very expensive, right? And she did something with hotels. She was a top person making six figures. I think she was a single mom. COVID hit, and so did her job. Like, it hit the ground and it was just obsolete. Like, some of these places, especially within the travel industry, things like that, these places are like, some of these things are just no longer. Like, people lost their jobs. Not only did they lose their jobs, they lost their careers, right? So imagine being in a career for 20 plus years, you top in the travel industry, then COVID happened, ain't nobody traveling because there are restrictions that say that you can't, and your job is gone. Like, literally, this happened overnight for some people. People are still recovering, from this, right? And then there's still just a lot of other layoffs happening, just with tech, in the mortgage industry, I think in the financial industry as well. So we are definitely still seeing just economic downturns. Think about the housing market, right? So I think the Biden administration, has a pretty good point here. The effects on the economy are still happening, right? Our world literally changed overnight. I remember it was the week of spring break, I want to say. And or I think it's the week that we came back from spring break, and like we went home. I remember like I actually felt like a little sad because it was like so much uncertainty. Like I still had a job, thank God, but we ain't know what was happening. Like we seriously, like even still today, things are our world has changed. Education has changed, right? With all of hybrid learning and online learning, it's really a main focus on that. The way people travel has changed. Just everything, like everything is so different, right? It's always like, oh, that was before COVID, or that was after COVID. It's like BC and AD, BC before COVID, AC after COVID. So yeah, our world has changed. Our economy is definitely still doing its own thing right now, based on the pandemic, and I think they have a great point to cite. So I am excited to see, what's going to happen. I feel like we're a part of history. Like, if you're a 90s baby, like, we done lived through so much history, right? And I'm a 90s baby, and this is going to be another part of history. I think that an important point to make here is that while, the country is waiting to see what's going to happen, we are waiting. Everybody's waiting to see what's going to happen. Don't wait in vain. Like, wait with purpose. Like, pay what you can pay. Because if the 20K is a thing for you, but you got 40K, I'm not sure if you listen, if math was your thing, but you still gonna have another 20K. So, wait with purpose. Don't wait in vain. Like, especially, being thrown like a big, just like help like this, like that's gotta be, if it happens, right? That's a lot of motivation to just make sure that you are caught up to where you need to be, so if this thing hits, you can like seriously be done with it, right? And I think it's important, as somebody who went on a debt-free journey, and I was just talking about this today in a financial group. you know we really, in our country, it's important for us to really prioritize money, but not just to buy material things, but to build a legacy, to learn about money. I know that was my thing. Like, I had to learn about money, right? And it's an ongoing journey. And student loans are a part of that. Don't just let them beat you down. Don't just let them sit there. Don't just forget about them, do what you can do. Because like I said, I understand that some people lost their jobs, some people are still recovering, some people are just getting back to maybe a piece of where they were before the pandemic. So those things I understand. But yeah, there are a lot of folks like me, who are grateful to have a job throughout that. And I think, it's our responsibility to be good stewards of that, So how can you be a good steward, with your student loans? Because yeah, if this thing don't happen, and then whether it happened or not, the payments coming back. I think this is really gonna seal the deal with those payments, because once the Supreme Court says yay or nay, it ain't nothing to do but to put them payments back on. That's the last step to this, period. So the payments are coming back, y'all. And you definitely just want to be prepared. Are you prepared for the return of the student loan payments? Listen, don't let them, get you. And then, that interest, who, Lord, some people, have really, caught a break because they weren't bearing interest, but baby, that interest fixing to come back. Yes, I said fixing to. That means it's really coming back. So, it is on its way. It's watching. Listen, it's watching you buy them Beyonce tickets. It's watching you go on all them trips. It is watching like, noted. Don't worry, I got something for you. So, if you can, do. It's not too late. It is not too late. Do as much as you can, as quick as you can. Do not let it just, knock you down. Don't let it win. That's so important. Um, Also, I know one thing that I am definitely kind of looking forward to is to see how long this thing will take. Do y'all think it's gonna take a long time? I don't. Like, I don't think it's gonna take a long time. I think it's gonna be quick. I mean, they took this on pretty quickly, right? Biden announced this in August that it was a thing. They started getting that. I think the application got together in like November. And then December, maybe late November, early December is when those lawsuits started hitting. And then next week they're taking on the case. So I feel like they picked it up pretty quick. I'm hoping they put it down pretty quick too, because I feel I don't know about it. Of course not a day, but I don't know of, maybe a week, maybe a few weeks, maybe a month. So that's what I'm not quite sure how long it's going to take. I guess we will see as they start getting into arguments, because my whole thing is like, listen, can a man do it or not? They are citing this law. Does this law allow this or not? Yea or nay? So we shall see. Hopefully, I hope this thing is quick. I partly say that because, listen, I received a check back from my student loan payments during the pandemic, and I'm like, listen, do I need to get this thing back? Let me know something. Or do I need to, cash this sucker? So, let your girl know something and let all the other people know. Also, if you got a refund from your payments during the pandemic, y'all drop it in the comments and let me know. Did y'all cash that check? I'm scared. Did y'all cash it? Did y'all give it back? Y'all waiting to hear something? What's happening? Y'all let me know what y'all doing, because I definitely want to know that too. So yeah, that is definitely a thing for just a lot of people right now. I'm excited to report on it. I'm excited to keep y'all up to date with it. And I'm definitely excited to hear, just something. When did Biden start, going on the campaign trail? Feels so long ago, right? Definitely BC, before COVID. But I can't quite remember, when he really started talking this thing up, and people was like, what? I know I was like, Especially as I was in my debt-free journey early on, I was like, well, by the time I get to the end, child, hopefully, something should be made. Or by the time I get to my student loan, something should be made. And here we are. I done paid it all off, and here we are, waiting, right? Um, and let me look at my notes, y'all, because I want to make sure that I did not. Oh, so here's another big question, y'all. Basically, the question on the table for the Supreme Court. Here's the question: did Biden exceed his authority without going through Congress regarding student loan forgiveness? So that's the big question. Did he exceed his authority? Did he do something that the president cannot do, right? Because the folks are saying, hey, you're supposed to go to Congress. You're supposed to make this thing with public comment so people can comment, as to yay or nay, give their input, things like that. We're the American people. We're a democracy. The president just can't do 1, 2, 3 and call it a day because he's the president, right? That's America, right? So that's the big question here. And I think, like, if this comes back, and they say, yeah, the president can't do that, he did not exceed his authority, then I think other, future presidents, the people are really going to be on them like, hey, Biden did it. I think that'll probably shape a lot of people's presidencies. Like, right, you already know, if this is a thing for Biden, they come into it. I'm going to forgive all of it too. We'll do it again with me, vote for me. So I think that's something that may come up as well. But yeah, I feel like it's happening, y'all. Oh my gosh, it's here. We're finally here. So if you don't know, they did say that the payments will resume for student loans and interest will start back again 90 days, 60 or 90 days after a decision has been made. They said in June. So they said either by June or when a decision has been made, like one of the two. So listen, folks, we gonna see. We are going to see. Also probably definitely, be doing little shorts here and there just to catch y'all up in 60 seconds. Of course, I'm going to make sure that I try to get all of your questions answered. So if there's something that maybe I don't answer or you want to know more about, y'all definitely drop down in these comments and let me know. I want to make sure that I am helping you to know what's going on. So if there's something that would be helpful, let me know. I'll probably update the blog with student loan forgiveness as well. Check out my blog, dukeanddiggsdisability.org. You will see a weekly write-up just on various topics that I'll be talking about for the week. So definitely don't forget to check me out over there. Follow your girl, Alexis Dugan, on Facebook. I just got stars, so y'all head over there and show your girl some love. And I have an email list, y'all. If you want to be connected with me and receive a specialized email, I send out my emails every other week. Definitely look in the description box of my latest video and you will see how to sign up for that. And all right, y'all, we get in there. I will see y'all soon and see you later. I'm about to go eat some chili, y'all. I'm hungry. Bye.